This is San Diego News Daily.
Hello and welcome to San Diego News Daily. I'm Dana Williams. We now know more about a police shooting in Balboa Park that happened Tuesday on the northwest end of the park near Bankers Hill. Police say they tried to contact a man on a bike named Alan Baker, but he ran off, then turned toward police and fired one shot. In response, one officer fired multiple shots, hitting Baker and leaving him with non-life-threatening injuries. Baker is facing multiple charges, including attempted murder of a peace officer. They also say he has 2 out-of-state felony warrants, both related to narcotics. A San Diego man will spend decades in prison after pleading guilty to sex crimes involving kids. 44-year-old Ivan Matias Montez has been sentenced to 40 years for 85 felony sex charges. His crimes date back to 2016 and involved 14 and 15-year-olds. He met at least 3 of them in person and reached out to several more on social media. One of his victims says Montez contacted her when she was 14 and eventually asked her to become his girlfriend. She testified that she was abused for 3 years.
I want to look the person who hurt me in the eyes and tell them how much they affected me, but with power behind my voice. Since realistically, he's behind a glass wall. He's in essentially a holding tank. And I have free will, and I walk freely, and I stand with my head high.
Before the sentence was announced, Matias Montez apologized to the victims and said there were no words for his wrongdoing. There was a frightening crash in El Cajon on Friday. A car sped down an off-ramp through an intersection and then went airborne before crashing into an apartment building. The driver was injured but did survive. NBC7's Dave Summers tells us how this all happened.
The intersection at the bottom of the Greenfield Drive off-ramp can be tricky to maneuver, but this wild ride may have no equal.
He was alive. He survived the impact.
Sylvia Pagano lives across the street and heard the crash just after noon today.
I was pretty shaken up this morning. Yeah, I was concerned for the guy. After I saw the car.
According to a friend of the victim's family, the man behind the wheel suffered a medical emergency, which caused him to lose control of the sedan. From the air, you see the travel path indicated by the disturbed dirt. The car veered off the left side of the Greenfield Drive off-ramp before the intersection. Witnesses estimate the driver exited the Greenfield Drive off-ramp at 70 miles per hour. They barely missed this utility pole, hopped the curb, and then hit this large mound of dirt, which sent the car airborne and straight into the side of this apartment. A security camera captured video of the runaway car. A plume of dirt and debris follows the impact.
Oh my gosh, he's so lucky he has guardian angels, because he could have been dead today.
Witnesses say a Good Samaritan immediately came to the rescue. This photo shows him helping the driver out of the car.
We have vehicles hit the fence, knock it down. We actually are missing this, the name on our street because somebody knocked the pole down.
While the vehicle caused enough damage to red tag the building, no one is living in the apartment that was hit. A tenant in the connecting unit came home from work to learn it's too dangerous to go inside. Pagano has lived here for 20 years. She says this is a problem intersection in a neighborhood plagued by accidents. Just last year, a single-engine plane crashed in the neighborhood. It went down on a sidewalk near a power line and close to homes. The dangers of travel here don't appear to be getting much better. But you can bet longtime residents like Pagano are at the ready to help. Dave Summers, NBC7.
An absolute miracle there. So for the first time since 2010, San Diego is closing out the year with a dip in rent prices. Commercial real estate database CoStar looked at 289,000 apartment complexes with around 5 or more units and found rents have fallen for the past 6 months. Vacancy rates are also the highest they've been in 15 years, though some landlords say their experiences vary by location. The experts we spoke with said they do think this trend will continue into the new year.
It's all about communication. It's all about being willing to talk through what's happening. I think that if a renter is looking to renew their lease, communicate with the landlord and say, hey, look, I know you're trying to raise my rent, but I'm looking and I see the market doesn't really bear that. Are you willing to negotiate with me? I'd really love to stay here.
And she says the same goes for landlords. The area with the highest vacancy rate is downtown San Diego at a little more than 10%. Holiday travel is officially underway at the airport. This season, 1.4 million passengers are expected to pass through San Diego. It was also a bit of a rough start for travel yesterday with hundreds of delays and dozens of cancellations. And on top of that, there was a ground stop issued because there was just so much air traffic. Even with all the trouble, some travelers are doing their best to keep the holiday cheer alive.
Be patient with each other. Everyone's just trying to get to where they want to go and get home to their families and stuff. So just being patient with people and like having some grace.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to everybody, California and Texas.
The busiest days for flights are expected to be Tuesday before Christmas, Sunday after Christmas, and the Sunday after New Year's Eve weekend. All right, our NBC 7 meteorologist Brooke Martell will have a look at your weather right after this.
You count on breaking news
People running in the streets, they have their kids, they have their pets.
and help preparing for the unexpected.
Small fire right now. We'll keep an eye on it.
You count on stories from your community. You count on getting different points of view
We're still human.
and your voice being heard.
We need help.
You count on in-depth reporting
It's a mess and it's making people sick.
because you know the whole story is more than just the headline. This is coverage you count on, only on NBC 7 and Telemundo 20.
Happy Saturday. Taking a look at your local weather headlines. Patchy morning fog once again. By this afternoon, though, we'll see those conditions clear out over the valleys. Could be a little bit more stubborn to clear over the coastline because of that onshore flow. Rain chances still in the forecast for this upcoming week. Talking about your daytime highs, low to mid 60s at the coast. We have upper 60s to about the mid 70s over your inland valley communities. Ramona, El Cajon, Alpine trending just a little bit warmer and above their seasonal norms too. 60s and 70s over the mountains, mostly sunny skies and a bit breezy there this morning. Upper 70s to the low 80s over the desert region. So back to the rain chances, what we can expect. Tuesday afternoon, this could be our first chance of getting some of that moisture from this low pressure system that's also associated with an atmospheric river. That's why we could see moderate to heavy rain at times, but Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, that's when things could pick up a little bit more, bringing the gusty southerly winds and additional rain showers possible for Saturday and even on Friday too. So here's a look at the rain forecast over the next 7 days. Staying dry Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then things pick up, like I said, going into Tuesday. Higher rain chances on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day. Now, timing things out when it comes to our weather models, we're taking a look here at the European model, and it's showing here Tuesday morning at 2:30. We can see some of that moisture getting picked up over the San Francisco Bay Area, but then by the late afternoon, early evening, maybe right around the evening commute, it's possible that we could start to see some of those showers locally for San Diego County. This will continue off and on as we go into Christmas Eve, and again, like I said, on Christmas Day, trailing into Friday and Saturday. Here is another look at the forecast with the 10-day. So actually, it's the first day of winter tomorrow. That'll officially begin at 7 in the morning. And you could see by Monday, Tuesday, your temperatures don't change much. It's by about Thursday, Friday when they start to taper off just a little bit more, and even there on Christmas Day. And as we look ahead for the mountain communities, we have those 60s over the next few days, but we'll get some 50s back in the mix. And even for the desert region, where it's going to be warm and dry really through about Tuesday, those temperatures could taper off to about those mid 60s by the end of the week, Dana.
Brooke, thanks. Well, here's an indoor activity. What happens when you mix world-class skateboarding with world-class ballet? Well, a lucky San Diego audience is about to find out. The world's most famous skateboarder and San Diego native Tony Hawk will take part in tonight's performance of the Nutcracker at the Downtown Civic Center. His exact role is top secret, but apparently you already know a skateboard will be involved. Despite these unknowns, the skate community is mostly confident in Tony Hawk.
I think it's pretty sick.
I can't see it. I don't know. Yo, that's crazy.
I think he'll do great. He does good at everything he does, so I'm pretty sure the GOAT's got it done, bro. I think he's solid.
So is eloquently put. The Golden State Ballet is putting on tonight's show. Tony Hawk's performance in the Nutcracker is a one-time only event happening at 7:30 tonight. And we did check, tickets are still available and they start at around $45. As always, there's more coverage you can count on at NBC7.com, and you can always find us on your Roku or your Samsung Smart TV app. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Dana Williams.